talking to DeMar about, he says he's now a case of emergency scorer. He doesn't have to pop 30 every night. He knows he can. How better is it for you guys when he doesn't have to?
Well, it's great, and plus he's one of our best passers. He has the size and the IQ to see over the defense, and when he has that mentality, and that's another sign of his growth as a player and of our team, and the fact that he doesn't feel, Freddie VanVleet is one of the top three-point shooters in our league, and DeLon is knocking him down. You got Kalo over there. You got Serge spaced out, so he doesn't have to feel like he has to score every possession, and that just makes us more, makes us harder to guard because we have a lot of guys that are capable.
He also says it's a less physical and demanding role, not having to get hit all the time and get through.
Well, his usage rate, of having to put points on the board and just the beating he takes going to the rim sometimes, and the physicality, it doesn't wear him down. And he's more of a, like I said before the season, a quasi point guard, seeing things, running the show, bringing down in transition, which is less taxing than getting him down the low post or attacking the rim. So it's good. I think he's going to have to do everything, a little bit of both. But he has a mentality and understanding of where everybody is on the court offensively. And then he can save a lot of the energy to go down to the other end on the defensive end.
People talk a lot about the three ball being one of the bigger changes in this league, but yourself in Boston, you guys are battling for the top of your division, top of the conference, and you guys play a lot of young guys, especially Boston. You look at what Rozier and Tatum's doing. Is that one of the trends that people aren't noticing as much in this league?
Oh yeah, well that's a good thing because it means that they had Tatum was the first pick, and they've had some top picks. So they're playing those guys, and our guys have worked their behinds off and made themselves into talented players, and so we're similar from that standpoint. And Tatum's improved, Rozier's improved, so both teams have done, I feel like we've done a good job, and I think they've done a good job of developing their young guys.
I know you guys don't tend to put too much stock into one specific game, but you've got three coming up here. Not only are they good tests going to the playoffs, but potentially big implications in the standings, tiebreaker, all that.
Right.
How important is this stretch for you guys?
I don't know if you want me to get real dramatic or what. They're three good teams. I'm gonna say that. They don't make or break your season. They're not gonna knock us out of the playoffs or anything. We still have the playoffs to come. But our goal is to win the conference, get home court. Again, we're not going to lose our mind if we don't, but it's a great challenge for us. But that's our goal, is to win those games. And with that said, there would be a significance and a little bit more weight on those games because they're with the teams that we're facing in Boston and Cleveland. So again, it's not. I'm not going to put the whole weight of the world of our season into 3 games. But they're big games.
You guys have really embraced that goal of going for first place, getting home court advantage throughout the sort of conference portion of the playoffs. How much would that, I guess, tangibly help you guys, do you think?
Well, it's another sign of a growth of our program. I mean, a few years ago, we were just fighting to get into the playoffs. Now we're, a couple of years later, we're fighting to get through the first round. It was how many years Raptors hadn't been in the first round. Now we're talking about, well, if we don't win the conference, it's a failure season. So there's a lot of steps there that we've made, and it means there's more growth in our program, more growth in the process of getting toward a championship. And again, I wish there was a magic wand to say, hey, boom, win a championship. No, it doesn't happen. It takes time and it takes growth, and you just talked about DeMar's growth as a passer, not feeling like he has to make every play. So it's another important step in the growth of our program.
A lot of top coaches in this league have their signature thing. D'Antoni's speed of his offense. What is it? The defensive principles with what Stevens has done with the Celtics that have allowed them?
Yeah, they're number one in the league in defense and 12th in I don't know where they are in offense, but they're one of the elite defensive teams. One is their length. They have tremendous length at all positions. That 2, 3, and 4. They do a great job of positioning. Horford does a great job of being able to switch out, communicate, run the defense from the back. So they've got some good pieces defensively that again, I think we scored how many points we scored against them last game. And so, again, we all have our, nights that they have good nights, but I thought we did a good job of executing against them in our last game here at home. But they are one of the elite defensive teams in our league.
Would Horford be one of the more underappreciated players?
Yes, no question, Doug. The stuff he does for their team, the communication, the talking, the leading their defense, quarterbacking from behind, his length where he challenges shots, but he does it in an unflashy way, sort of like Tim Duncan used to do with the Spurs. So all the stuff he does is very unassuming, not with flash, but efficiently he's kicking your butt. So he has all the respect, I think, of all the coaches around the league for what he does for their team.
Player coach thing.
So I love him. Yes. You realize when he's on the floor what he's doing, what he's trying to do to you, and he does it so efficiently with not a lot of jumping, not a lot of quick movements, but he's still kicking your butt at the same time.
Coach, you talked about defense being such an important part of this team's success lately. What do you guys have to fine-tune in order to get into the playoffs and be successful?
We're number 2 in the league, so in defense, defensive efficiency. So there's always little things you can get better to do. We make a lot of do out of nothing sometimes, but there's a lot of things we can do. One, transition. Our biggest thing is rebounding, and that's something that we have some small guards. They have to get in there and do a good job of helping guys getting sandwiched and getting rebounds or getting long rebounds. So I would say rebounding would be the thing. If it was one weak link right now, would be our rebounding.